Hello, guys. Welcome you all to Vedora, the aura of knowledge and the radiance of wisdom. So, today, viewing on a topic of embryology, the placenta, its formation, structure, external features, and development. This question has been an LAQ and SAQ in your previous year question paper, so it is mandatory to be known for all the students who are appearing for your university exams. Moving with the topic, so placental formation, structure, development, and external features. So these are the papers in which this question was asked. So see, it has been repeated 4 times. So the frequency for you to appear also it is more. So this placenta, it is actually formed from two parts: the paternal component or the maternal component, and then the fetal component. The paternal component is the decidua basalis, and the fetal component is the chorionic frondrosum. So, what is decidua basalis? What is decidua first of all? It is the endometrium after the implantation. Okay, the endometrium after the implantation is called the decidua, and it has three parts, that is decidua basalis, then decidua capsularis, and decidua Paritalis. Here, this basalis contribute to the formation of the placenta. So, moving on to the steps of placental formation, first the fertilization happens, then the zygote formation takes place. The cleavage division happens into the morula stage from 1 to 2, then 4, 8, 16 is the morula stage. Then the blastocyst formation. The 16 cell stage, the outer layer, the cells get arranged into outer and inner cell layers. The outer layer is called the tropoblast, and the inner cell mass is called the embryoblast, which is going to be dividing into the embryo. So implantation in endometrium will happen in the blastocyst stage. That takes about 6 to 7 days after fertilization. Coming to the differentiation of the tropoblast, it differentiates into cytotrophoblast and syncytotrophoblast. Then the formation of lacuna in the syncytotrophoblast happens. There we have the formation of lacuna in the syncytotrophoblast. Then the maternal blood will enter into this lacuna and it develops the chorionic villi. So in chorionic villi, you have primary villi, secondary villi, tertiary villi, where this tertiary villi only will contain the blood vessels, the fetal ones. Formation of chorionic frondrosum also happens the next. That is the fetal part of the placenta. Then formation of decidua basalis, which is the maternal part. Then the intravillous space is filled with the maternal blood, whereas inside the villi we have the fetal blood. So like that only the exchange will happen, and the full placenta is formed by the end of the third month. So this is the chart for that. So as I have implemented in the earlier video, that you have to study a concept in anatomy with a diagram only. So see what I told, fertilization happens. So day 0. Then after that it divides. 2 cell, then 4, 8, 16, like that. Coming to 16th cell, that is on day 4, it forms a morula. That morula differentiates into a tropoblast, the inner cell mass, and the outer cell mass. This inner cell mass again it differentiates into the syncytotrophoblast and cytotrophoblast. So this syncytotrophoblast, there occurs the lacuna, and the villi are developed inside the lacuna. Okay, then the chorionic frondrosum develops, then the residue of basalis, then the intervillous space is formed where the maternal blood circulates. So this diagram is important. Just remember this diagram so that you can write this content on based on the diagram itself. Only the diagram is important. You just draw the diagram once, you will never forget it. Okay? Yes. Moving to the structure of placenta, this diagram is very essential. This question was asked twice for 5 mark. Only the structure. So just remember this. Here, coming to the structure of placenta, actually the tropoblast single layer develops into the two-layer structure. That is only the outer syncytotrophoblast and the inner cytotrophoblast. There, the trabeculae comes in the lacuna, then the primary villi, secondary villi, tertiary villi. Then we get the complete placenta. Yes. So this placenta is about 6-inch diameter. Its weight is about 500 grams. Thickness is 23 mm. Area is 30,000 meters millimeters, and then volume is 500 ml. Shape is discoid or flat cake shape. Yes. Here it carries the two umbilical arteries, and one umbilical vein. It contains the intravillous space. Then, in that space only, the maternal blood circulates. There are placental septums which are forming this space. Okay, then here you have the outer layer is the myometrium, the inner one is the decidua parietalis, the most inner one is the chorion and the amnion, the chorioamnionic membrane. So this is how the circulation takes place. This diagram you can remember like this. Next, coming to the structure of the placenta, this is made up of two components, as I said earlier, the maternal and the fetal. The maternal component is actually a custard apple structure which has many irregular lobes, which are about 15 to 20. So these are called cotyledons, the lobes, which are formed during the placentogenesis, and they are divided by the septa. The maternal side of the placenta is called the basal part, whereas the fetal part is called as the chorionic plate. Coming to the function of this placenta, it does the exchange of gases, nutrients, and waste between the mother and fetus, and it also has some endocrine functions where it secretes hormones such as HCG, progesterone, and estrogen. Next is the clinical aspect of placenta. So, in clinical aspect, it has anomalies of placenta. Abruptio placenta is the dislocation of the placenta, where the premature separation of normally implanted placenta happens. Next, we have the ectopic pregnancy. Other than the uterine cavity, if it is implanted in some other part of the uterus, that is called as the ectopic pregnancy. Abnormal shape. So there are many shapes like circumvallate, bilobe, centricate, fenestrated, diffused, membrane, all these things. So these are the abnormal shapes of the placenta. Placenta previa, if it is attached lower down, then it is placenta previa. Then we have bipartite and tripartite placenta. Two placenta and one cord, that is bipartite, whereas three placenta and one cord is tripartite placenta. Placenta accreta, placenta increta, placenta precreta. These three are actually somewhat synonymous terms, rhyming terms. Placenta accreta means that it attaches to decidua deeply, accreta, inside, very deeper. Then placenta increta means to the inner layer, that is the myometrium. Placenta precreta to the perimetrium. Remember it like that itself. So yes, coming to the end of the video, kindly do subscribe the channel and follow for more videos. Like the video and comment your suggestions. Thank you.